This week on Disney with Disabilities, that May 1st deadline is fast approaching. How will it affect you? Yep, Disney has announced that beginning May 1st, there's going to be a ban on certain types of strollers in the park. Well, will that affect handicapped people? Well, according to Disney, no. I mean, the best I can figure, it really only affects one type of stroller, and really, I've never understood why people want to bring their kids in shopping carts. Well, according to Disney, you'll be able to use most of the strollers you've been taking right down the middle of Main Street all along. And that includes most double and triple strollers. I mean, I was even able to find a quad stroller that met the ban, but I don't know if I put my kids in it. I mean, quite frankly, I think Disney just didn't like the competition. And for those of you who are fans of fantasy strollers, I spoke to them directly and they told me that they've been working for over a year to make sure their new fantasy strollers fit within Disney's limits. And they also invited me over to go take a look there, so that video will be up in a couple of weeks. So what kind of strollers aren't going to be allowed? Well, they have them no larger than 31 inches wide and 52 inches long. And according to them, most of the strollers on the market today, including jogging strollers, will fit that. And of course, the single and double wide strollers at Disney rents fall well within that range. So you can rent them all you want. Disney's only trying to focus on one kind of cart, and that's that shopping cart for kids, or as I like to refer to it, the Prairie Schooner. And I don't know too many people that don't have them who actually like to see them in the parks either. It's almost like they're taking advantage of Disney. Now, it's still unclear to me how they're going to handle the accessibility strollers that some adults and larger teens need to go into the parks. This would have been a lot easier if they still had the old guest assistance card that said right on it that you could use the stroller as a wheelchair. Because as we know, the new Disability Access Service card is issued inside the park at City Hall. So a bigger question for me is, where are they going to make this decision? Is it going to be at the security bag check when you first get there? Or are you going to have to wait in the line with all of the people whose magic bands don't work on the outside guest services? Or will they finally make a decision when you reach City Hall at guest services there, where you get your disabled service card? I don't know. I guess maybe Disney will put it out on the Disney Moms blog, where they first released the information about these changes to policy, including smoking and ice. As a kind of a side note, last month on our Facebook page, Disney with Disabilities, please join us over there too. Well, last month I questioned about transporting a wheelchair, because my beast weighs so much I had to buy a cart just to fit it. Not that the only vehicle with a heavy enough tongue weight to handle both the wheelchair and the ramp was the Dodge Durango, so that's what we ended up buying. But for those of you who have a manual wheelchair who are just getting tired of pushing it, let me introduce you to my new friend Tyler. And Tyler's Firefly. The Firefly turns any manual wheelchair into a power wheelchair, and Tyler was nice enough to show me how it worked.
Yeah, so it's really light and easy to take with us.
This is not.
I know.
Yeah, this chair is not light and easy to take with it.
No, so that's why
And that's it, huh? Oh, that is great. And that's all there is to it.
Thank you. Okay.
My son and daughter-in-law live out here.
Okay. Yeah. That's great.
It is, yeah.
And you can do it all on your own with no problem at all.
Beautiful weather. We checked in.
Thanks again, Tyler, for taking time out of your busy trip to Epcot to show me how the Firefly worked. I really appreciate it. But you know, when Disney says something like this, it makes me wonder what the next step is. You think the next step involves the numerous scooters? I mean, the scooter is just an evolution of the wheelchair. But even I'll admit, it's being a bit abused, and has gone a bit overboard over the years. But I also have to admit that I think Disney's partly to blame. Ever since they found out about renting these bad boys, and found out how much they could make, they've been renting them like there's no tomorrow. And if you ask me, I think Disney's pretty happy that the ADA doesn't permit them to ask for any proof when renting a cart. But I can't say for sure because they won't answer my emails. Of course, there's two sides to this coin. Recently, my son had to rent one of those very same carts. I mean, eventually Disney's going to have to draw the line, but where do they draw that line with as many evolutions as power chairs are making nowadays? No, I think at this point Disney's just along for the ride. There are so many things making wheelchairs so much better. How do you decide what's needed and what's not? How is Disney ever supposed to be able to make that decision? I think they're hoping that one day, if you have to have a handicap permit to park, you might need a handicap permit to ride a scooter. But until then, with Disney's just along for the ride. There are sometimes Emmy feels like she's just along for the ride too, but she's always looking for your likes and comments. And I'd really like to hear your ideas too, so put them in the comments below. I hope you really enjoyed this video and you'll be back again next Friday for one. And maybe you'll choose to subscribe. And if you do subscribe, don't forget to click on that bell icon. That way you'll be notified the next time I upload a video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.